Sideline out of bounds play goes into Porzingis. Now it's Brown being defended by Holmgren, and it's Wiggins on Porzingis. So the Thunder doing a lot of switching here early. Porzingis spins, hits a tough turnaround. It's 2-0 Boston early.
Yeah, that's just Porzingis using his size to go over Aaron Wiggins. But like you said, the Thunder probably going to switch some early and try to just find some different looks to disrupt the Boston offense.
And that's an isolation scoring attempt, not an assist on that one. That's something the Thunder would like to see, is to just try to, as you say, get Boston out of rhythm. Chet missed a three, got his own rebound back, then drives middle and gets to that right hand and scores at the rim. 4-2 Boston. 10 minutes to go here in this first. It's Wiggins. Tried to find Giddey on the cut, but that ball just went through the Australian's hands.
Yeah, it's one of those right idea, wrong turnover type of plays, Nick. That was a good cut by Giddey, just a little late on the delivery from Wiggins.
You like that action, though, just trying to get anything into the lane against this tough Boston defense. Tatum's pull-up, no good, and Chet clears the board once again. Holmgren with 3 rebounds on the game. Now Chet on a trail 3. The defense was late. The line drive 3 just a little short. Porzingis slips and falls as he tries to run up court and clear space. Brown posting up Wiggins. Now the kick out to Porzingis at the three-point line, and that's good out top. So a 7-2 edge for Boston here early against the shorthanded Thunder. Baseline out of bounds play for Giddey. Had some live cuts, but got it into Jay Will instead. Now with 8 on the shot clock, Jay Will fires a baseball pass across the diamond, finds Kenrich, and Kenrich drove middle but missed the lefty layup. Jaylen Brown attacks the Euro step lefty layup, no good, and Josh Giddey there to corral it. Giddey pressured in the backcourt, finds Kenrich. 4-on-4 now out ahead. Kenrich going to post up Sam Hauser, lays a shoulder into him, gets middle, gets blocked, but Josh Giddey there to snap that up. A lefty whip pass into the corner, opposite corner to Cason Wallace, and that frees up a driving lane for Wallace to get fouled.
I mean, that is just a spectacular pass from Josh Giddey. Just a lefty sling over his head to the opposite corner to Cason Wallace. I mean, Josh Giddey is one of the absolute few players in the league capable of throwing that one on the money.
Flings that thing like his arm's a lacrosse stick.
I mean, good grief.
Lindy Waters III into the game. He arrived in Philly at kind of the last minute yesterday and was able to actually play some good solid minutes for the Thunder. He was with the OKC Blue in the G League, helping them make a playoff berth, and now he's into the game here on back-to-back nights for OKC. Tatum attacked and drove to the rim, got fouled on that drive, and the foul goes against Aaron Wiggins, and so it'll be Tatum at the line. First team foul of the quarter, as we're just here 11:32 left in the second. Tatum hits the first one, and Jason Tatum is just a sensational player. 5-time All-Star, averaging 27 points a game. Royce, are there really any holes in this guy's game?
No, absolutely not.
With no Shea, no J-Dub, this type of friction is really important for the growth of secondary playmakers like Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren, Cason Wallace out there on the floor as well. Cason, a point guard who's gotten more and more reps on the ball. When he gets another one there, attacks downhill and gets a floater to go. Jason Tatum's got it on the left side with Dort trying to hustle over a screen. The Thunder ends up late switching there with Isaiah Joe now on Tatum. Tatum gets to the left hand, gets to the rack, and finishes off glass.
That's just an all-star level player, just making a tough shot, getting to his left hand, throwing it up high off the glass.
Tatum into double figures now with 11. Porzingis was already there. He's got 17. Porzingis had 34 in the first meeting with OKC. Action on the wing between the two Fort Smith guys in Jay Will and Isaiah Joe. Now Joe, space in the corner. Giddey flings to Jay Will down low, and with 1.9 on the shot clock, Jay Will gets fouled underneath. Giddey's got it, being hounded by Holiday in the backcourt. Now over to Cason Wallace, who lobs one up to Chet on the roll. Chet's got a post up on Porzingis. Goes up and under the rim, flushes home a dunk. And that dunk was tonight's Boomerang Diners boom of the game. Steal now by Cason Wallace. And so it's 63-51. Celtics still lead, and the Thunder getting a chance to go right downhill again as Josh Giddey gets to that right hand.
It's funny, the referee Sean Wright looked back at Joe Mazzulla on the bench. I think he was expecting a timeout right there, because the Thunder are definitely building a little bit of momentum. A couple really good possessions by OKC.
Thunder back to within 10. A stop and a score could really put some pressure on Boston here in this third quarter. White, though, attacks and gets fouled on the drive.
Yeah, it's kind of just your classic. Got the defender on his hip a little bit, got him angled, and was able to go into his shooting motion to draw that foul. But just back to that Chet Holmgren move, Nick, man, that was a spectacular move. Had Porzingis on his back. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis, one of the biggest players in the league, but Chet just kind of a couple hard dribbles, got him on his back, and then hit him with just a beautiful head fake step through and dunked it kind of almost reverse with his left hand, I think.
You think about to the past when guys use that drop step, and it's like Shaq really bodying somebody with it. That was a finesse drop step.
It was a beautiful move by Chet. I mean, again, it just shows you just as a rookie and a guy that hasn't even played a full NBA season yet, just an absolute incredible skill set that he has. And as he continues to just break new moves out almost every game we see him.
Derek White's first points of the game there come at the free throw line. He's averaged almost 16 points a game. Now Chet on the other end with a fadeaway jumper, no good off the back iron. Giddey rushing back into transition defense to try to stop up a drive by Jaylen Brown. Cason Wallace says, I'll do it all on my own. Comes up with a steal, just ripped Brown out top. Giddey attacks left, gets back to the right hand, got hacked by Porzingis, went flying to the deck, and Giddey will go to the line for free throws.
Great job there. Just the unusual, uncommon, small pick and roll that the Thunder run more than almost anybody in the league. Lou Dort comes up to screen for Giddey. You could tell just the miscommunication by the Celtics. They weren't sure if they were switching that, if they were dropping that, and Giddey decisively attacks downhill and creates the contact with Porzingis.
Porzingis, usually a really good verticality guy. That time he shoved an arm bar right into Josh Giddey's chest. Giddey was coming downhill with a great head of steam, and he's big. And so it's going to cause you to make some mistakes there at the top. Giddey knocks down both free throws. He's got 17 points to lead the Thunder here so far in this one.
Giddey did a good job of just kind of cocking the ball back, too, kind of bringing it back, which helped create that contact from Porzingis.
65-55, Boston leads. Just under 10 minutes to go still here in this third quarter. Tatum flings the ball into the corner to Brown. Brown attacks, gets blocked by Cason Wallace. So 2 turnovers and a block forced by the Thunder here so far. OKC out and running, and Aaron Wiggins buries the 3. Rack him up, and we're going to get a timeout by Boston. 65-58. The Thunder has charged back, only down 7. 9:37 to go. This is Thunder basketball. Boston seen its fair share of battles. Each run by the Thunder might have a response. Wallace went baseline. He got blocked by Horford. But Cason Wallace, we continue to see more wiggle from him off the bounce. Isaiah Joe checking in for OKC for Wiggins. So it's the starting group with Giddey, Dort, Holmgren, Wallace, and now Isaiah Joe. Wallace cuts to the rim and gets fouled on the dive to the bucket. Giddey, of course, found him in perfect position.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think something Cason did there versus what Lou Dort did earlier when Dort got blocked is Cason went up immediately with it. It looked like Dort tried to pump fake a little bit, hesitated that first time, and that was a good job by Cason to catch it and go straight up with it, and he caught Sam Hauser behind him, who shoved him just slightly in the back.
It's really uncanny how the Thunder on these baseline out-of-bounds plays is able to get inside position on their defenders. It baffles me the way that they are able to continue to do it. Wallace hits the first free throw, and that is 5 team fouls on Boston already in this quarter. 6:13 to go.
One of the things I think about that, Nick, is I think it's just Giddey's threat a lot of times is that everybody feels like a viable threat, and the Celtics have to be tuned in and have the radar on all 4 players out there, and so it just allows people to get open where you don't think they should get open.
Yeah, usually on an inbounds pass, the defense feels like they're an advantage. It's 5 against 4, not against the Thunder. And the Thunder just whittling away. This lead now just 6 for Boston. It was as many as 16 in the first half. Pritchard goes left around the screen, gets it to Horford. That set shot from behind the arc is good for the big man out of the Dominican Republic. And he's made a living on those pick and pops. Lead back up to 9. This is a foul off the ball on Tatum. Jason Tatum's second foul. And Lou Dort will go to the line. So again, the Thunder racking up free throw attempts. This will be free throws number 20 and 21. What's the Thunder doing to put pressure on Boston to be able to get all of these whistles?
I think a lot of it.
OKC just standing by.
Yeah, you just
waiting
want to
for
hang
their
around.
moment. Yep.
You just want to hang around, try to get this game into the fourth quarter and put some pressure on Boston to execute.
That's what OKC's done the first 2 stops on this very challenging road trip. The final road trip of the season, a 5-gamer. They're able to outlast New York in Madison Square Garden. They get a stop here. They didn't quite have enough down the stretch last night while shorthanded against Philly in the return of Joel Embiid. Tonight, they've got a stacked Boston team to square up against on the second night of a back-to-back. And once again, the Thunder going to the line. Isaiah Joe with some weaving cuts.
Yep.
Able to create an advantage and get fouled.
And Giddey with just a beautiful find drops it off to Isaiah Joe, and he just caught the Celtics out of position. Looked like maybe kind of a knee-to-knee there with Al Horford. But that's all it was. It was a well-timed cut by Isaiah Joe, a good feed from Josh Giddey, and caught Al Horford in kind of an awkward position, and they hit knees.
Josh really has every pass in the book. I mean, that was just kind of like a little counter toss in football by a
Exactly.
quarterback.
I think the same thing. It was like he just took the snap, was turned around to hand it off to the running back.
It's like the offensive line was going one way, Isaiah Joe was going the other, and the Thunder does a great job of leveraging that momentum and gravity on the offensive end. Joe is able to knock down both free throws. So this lead down to just 5. It's just tick, 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 tick as this 8-3 run by OKC chipping into this Boston lead, and that's with most of Boston starters on the floor for most of this quarter. And I talked to him this morning about just all those formative experiences that he had as a primary playmaker in some of those early days of him being here with the team at 2020 and 21 season, 21-22. As the 3 for Pritchard spun out that time, the Thunder got a break. Now Chet with a head of steam kicks back out to Joe. Joe on the left wing, and he splashes that 3. Isaiah Joe with the triple.
All set up by Chet, just attacking downhill, collapsing the Boston defense down to him, and then a beautiful kick out in rhythm to Isaiah Joe.
Zone defense look for OKC. Dort's in the middle of it now defending Porzingis. The Thunder was able to rack up a bunch of steals the last few nights with that zone, but Porzingis able to just hit that hook shot over Dort.
Yeah, Porzingis makes it difficult to zone because of what he can do posting up right there at the free throw line.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Celtics team is so good. It's not like a bunch of these teams haven't tried it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hayward back into the game here for OKC. Kenrich goes baseline, finishes easily on the reverse.
I don't know.
You look at the schedule at the beginning of the season, second night of a back-to-back in Boston against a team that's just been an absolute buzzsaw all season long. And then you factor in no Shea and no J-Dub. What do you maybe take from this one tonight that you can carry over? Because you got 2 more stops on this East Coast road swing.
I mean,